Hey everybody, this is Paul and Ian from Mcsoss. Welcome back to another Mcsoss video. Mcsoss-isode? Today we're going to talk Game of Thrones. Season 7?
Yeah, season 7's coming up, I think at the end of July, and they're going to split, I think they filmed everything for season 7 and season 8. I think season 8 is a truncated season, so it might only have 5 episodes.
Are they going to be extended episodes?
I'm not sure.
I thought this last season was supposed to have extended episodes, and it wound up not, so...
Yeah.
I really don't know what to believe when it comes to HBO these days.
Yeah, they're very, it's like a shadow corporation there with HBO. But yeah, I, over the past week, have watched all of Game of Thrones. I went back, did a deep dive, and just blazed through all 6 seasons.
Did you start at 1?
Yeah, I started at 1, and...
What sparked you to do this?
Just general excitement for Game of Thrones. I've only watched it one time through, and I kind of felt like I missed out on some stuff because I caught onto it a little bit late. And when I was watching it the first time, I was doing sort of like a binge process with it at that point, and I didn't understand a bunch of things. I didn't know who people were. I was getting confused. I thought that certain characters were more important than they turned out to be. I still was of the camp that Sean Bean was going to be the shining light of this series, and he was going to star in 7 to 9 seasons of this show, and boy was I surprised.
He was finally getting his due, giving a lead role in a successful franchise.
And I think that there are a lot of Easter eggs, different things that you can take away from Game of Thrones. It is meant to be watched multiple times, where you can pick up the little hints that are going to have huge ramifications seasons later.
Yeah, I haven't gone back and watched any of it. I haven't even seen any reruns or anything. No, but I do believe that you're going to get a much richer experience rewatching it, because they started with all of the Easter eggs and the breadcrumbs right away. So, personal heroes like Jaime Lannister, you're more invested early on by the time you get to late Jaime Lannister. You see that journey.
You've seen the journey, and you're less turned off by the fact that the first episode he's fucking his sister and pushing kids out of tower windows, and that kind of throws you off from his heroism a little bit, kind of makes you not like him. But through the seasons and through the series, you and I have talked about it, Jaime Lannister's the man. He's our favorite guy.
He is. If Jaime Lannister... I was listening to the Guest Room podcast today, and they were talking about how... They talk Lord of the Rings and how Frodo's really on Gollum's side the entire time, because he looks at Gollum like, well, I need to believe this guy can come back from carrying this ring, or what hope do I have? And that's how I see Jaime Lannister.
And yourself?
If Jaime can't come back from all the horrible things he's done, what hope do we have?
And I appreciate that Jaime is the kingdom, and his legacy is the Kingslayer, and it's sleeping with his sister, and it's all these dirty rumors and things that he's done to sort of cast a shadow over the really truly noble stuff that he has done, like save all of King's Landing when the Mad King decided that the city was lost and he was going to burn everything down and burn thousands and thousands of innocent people. Jaime Lannister stood up and stood in his way, killed the pyromancer, killed the Mad King, and he was only a teenager at that point. So I think that along with some other things that throughout the seasons, his treatment of Brienne, saving her from the when they throw her in the pit with the bear, he does a lot of really respectable things that go unsung to the general kingdom, and I think that that's probably why I like him the most, because people don't see the great deeds that he actually does and the people that he saves. and they don't really respect that. But we, the viewer, get to see that.
One of the scene that stands out to me most about Jaime that really hit home with me and really really hit me heavy about his character and who he is when he's there. I guess they're at River Run, and he's like, "Hey, my army's here. I'm gonna go in there, and we're gonna take this over." But the Tully guy is like, "You're not doing this."
Yeah.
And like Jaime storms into his tent, and he's like, "This is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for Cersei." And he does this monologue about why he loves her and how important she is to him, and just lays it all out there. And it's deep, it's passionate, it's threatening to the Tully guy, Edmure Tully, I think.
Yes, Edmure Tully.
And it really
was just a general doofus. Like, he just kind of came upon this power.
But it really brings home, like, it kind of turned that whole the Jaime Cersei relationship around, because for Jaime at least, it's not about, oh, my sister's kind of pretty, I'm gonna stick it in her. Like, this, he lives and dies for Cersei.
Yeah.
Like, he is in this, like, heart, body, and soul. He is all in, and like that really made, I guess the general incestuous nature of that relationship acceptable, because it went beyond like sister fucking.
Yeah, that's what everybody has to get past to hear us out. As we were having this conversation last time, I was like, man, I don't feel like I could actually make this point to anybody and have them ride along with it because of those, awful, terrible things that he's done. They stick out, and it's hard to overlook them.
From all of my Game of Thrones viewing and talking to people about it, like throwing Bran out of a tower it comes in later. It's second to sister fucker.
People forget that happened. That's the least offensive thing that he's done.
It's the most, when he does it, it's just callous and flippant. He's like, out. Mm-hmm. Done. But all the Cersei business, people can't let it go. He's in love. Let it go.
And it's awful because Cersei is the most terrible person on the entire show.
She's horrible.
All those warm and loving things that he says about devotion and the reason why he loves her, she doesn't feel any of that. She has that same sort of love for her children and power. And guess what? She's all out of kids. So power in this next season is going to be the only thing that Cersei's really involved with.
I wish we were able to see the Han Solo movie in relation to Jaime Lannister. Because by the time you get to Jaime Lannister in probably maybe season 2,
mm-hmm.
once he gets captured, and he starts to have that moral turn, that's where we get Han Solo in A New Hope. Like, we're hinted at about his shady past, shady dealings. I'm sure Han Solo never killed a kid. But
you don't know.
Game of Thrones showed us Jaime's shady past.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see it. So I love that the writers are like, hey, this guy fucks his sister and he kills kids, and we're going to make you like this guy. They set out for the big task. They don't leave anything in shadow. They bear it all out for you right away. And I don't think we're the only people that have come around on Jaime Lannister.
Yeah.
But I would like to see some dirty deeds done dirt cheap by Han Solo in this Han Solo movie. But now especially that Disney's owning it, like, it's going to be Suicide Squadized, where any kind of sort of reprehensible things that he does, it's going to be for the greater good.
Yeah, he is definitely going to be a shining knight, and I don't think... When I would hear smuggler, I would think, oh, maybe he shoots some people or does some bad stuff. Not in this Disney movie. He's going to be a proper Disney princess. It's going to be princess.
Do you think if Disney had not had not bought them, well, I think would be in a big.
I don't think
I think would be in a big George Lucas mess, and we wouldn't be seeing a Han Solo movie. But
yeah, do you think that we would be getting any new Star Wars at all at this point? I think that if it was still owned by Lucasfilm, I think that we would still be in Star Wars. Just
we're done. We're coasting on Clone Wars stories.
Yeah, probably. Star Wars. Where do you go? That's not heaven and not hell. Purgatory.
Star Wars-atory. Yeah, probably. Part of me wants to think that someone would pick this up and do a, the original. Well, all six. The first six are essentially independent movies. George Lucas did them all by himself. So maybe he loosens the reins. He lets another writer, director take a shot at Han Solo if they don't have big studio corporation backing. Maybe they could do a Logan type Han Solo.
Yeah, but now it's going to be a big blown out kind of thing. And it doesn't mean, I'm not saying that that couldn't possibly be good. I think that there are the bones of it being a quality film. It seems like there are at least people that are passionate about the project and could do a good job. So I'm willing to wait to judge it. But it's not going to be the kind of down and gritty thing that we were just talking about.
Oh, no, he's going to Han Solo Disney princess.
Yeah. So, as with Game of Thrones, getting a little bit back into it, going through a second rewatch, as much as I love Jon Snow, man, is that dude stupid. Like, there's so much... There's, no wonder, and not just him, but the Starks in general are big old dummies. And no wonder they get killed and raped and married off to insane people like Ramsay Bolton.
Isn't that the story of the Starks, though? They're too moral and trusting for this world.
I think it is. It's the duality of the Starks' nobility, which gets them murdered, and sort of the cunning and pragmatism of the Lannisters, which, keeps most of them alive.
The Starks are terrible at the game.
Yes, they are. Very bad at it. So,
Lannisters, good at the game.
So, yeah, I mean, Jon Snow, a lot of mess ups, a lot of stupid stuff, and
yeah.
Is there? I feel like he did a lot of...
I don't remember a lot of that.
A lot of unsmart things, and just going against when he becomes the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, and he goes against. I understand from saving a lot of the free folk and going up there and trying to join the Night's Watch with the free folk and against the against winter, which is coming down, and the winter zombies and the White Walkers. But that's what eventually gets him killed by people that are in his group. There might have been a different way to do it. I don't know.
Well, he's a Stark. He's terrible at the game. He's moral. He's righteous. He does the right thing, and it gets him killed. And then he comes back as some weird zombie guy.
He was kind of himself, though. More so than
what the fuck is that place called? Westworld, Middle Earth. What's it called? Midworld.
Westeros. You're
Westeros.
You're mashing a lot. You're mashing hobbits and Anthony Hopkins together.
He comes back as some Westeros Jesus.
Yeah, he is kind of Westeros Jesus.
He's going to be the savior. He died. He was resurrected.
But he's not the first person to be resurrected. That what's his face? I can't remember his name. The guy with the flaming sword and he lost his eye and he fights the Hound. The leader of the
that guy.
Brothers Without Banners. That guy. He's been resurrected a bunch of times. So I feel like,
but he's not I'm sure Jesus wasn't the first real life resurrection.
Real life resurrection.
Someone was resurrected with a flaming sword back in the day.
You know what? Probably.
Jesus was just the one that got all the headlines.
He was, the season cliffhanger ended with Jesus dying, and then everybody else waiting.
He got the press.
Yeah, he did. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Well, the mountain also resurrected in a much graver state than Jon Snow. It doesn't seem like he got to retain any of his own person.
No, he's just a Frankenstein's
Game
monster.
of Frankenstein
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, so he came back for a show that is pretty famous for permanently killing off some of its lead characters. We're starting to have a bunch of people come back, and especially in the 6th season, which just ended last year, which I think is sort of like the fan service season where everybody got everything they wanted because it was the one that broke away from George R.R. Martin's novels. So the writers just got to kind of do whatever they wanted. And what they wanted was have Jon win the Battle of the Bastards and become proper King of the North and all the good fun stuff.
Do you think George R.R. Martin is going to buck those trends when he continues writing, and then the next book is going to be everybody's dead, everybody you loved is dead?
I think so, probably, right? Even though people reacted favorably to last season, and I think that everybody was excited about how it ended, I think he's going to drive a divide between the book fans and the TV fans and say, well, this is my vision and this is how I wanted it.
Yeah.
And the whole reason for him writing Game of Thrones or Song of Fire and Ice is to sort of subvert traditional fantasy elements. So that last season was right in the alley of everything that we've come to expect from that genre.
Yeah, the last season was the return of the Jedi of everyone's hero's journey.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's up, everyone's getting together.
Everybody
winning.
got to jump off do the flip, grab the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Were there any characters that you liked more, you identified more with on the second rewatch that had a little more weight to them?
I'm trying to think. I guess I liked Tyrion a little bit better the second time. Yeah, and I also liked Tywin Lannister. I'm big Lannister house here. I liked Tywin Lannister better.
I love
the
Tyrion, Tywin, and Jaime.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. Jaime took a little bit, but Tyrion and Tywin right out of the gate. I think those characters were great. Charles Dance plays Tywin Lannister, and he's just so fucking smooth. He's just so cool.
And the things that he's just thoughtful about his evilness and how brutal he is. And I really like all the lore about the Lannisters and the fact that they have a theme song. They have the Reigns of Castamere is that song that they sing all throughout, and it's a song that they play during the Red Wedding to signal that we're going to kill some people now. And it's awesome that anybody that has their own theme music. Darth Vader's got his own stuff, Batman, Superman.
Question that.
Oh, I think that's Darth Vader's. I know it's the Imperial March, but
right. But in world,
yeah,
Darth Vader doesn't have his own theme music.
Well, we get the benefit of being Outworld.
The Reigns of Alderaan.
Yeah,
Darth Vader rolls into the show.
That's true. But the fact that the Lannisters have that theme song about just crushing another family, and that's essentially, it's not even really about all the Lannisters. It's about Tywin just smashing somebody. It's pretty awesome.
What's the saying? A Lannister pays their debts?
A Lannister
pays his debts?
Always pays their debts, yes.
Yeah, that's also pretty badass slogan for the Lannister family.
Yeah.
Unlike the fucking Ironborn slogan, pay the iron price. Nobody likes the
I
iron price.
I thought theirs was what is dead may never die. Isn't that
really?
Isn't that what they say when
that can't be their slogan? They stink.
Isn't that what they say whenever they drown them and then they bring them back to life? They might have to. And the Starks' winter is coming.
That's not
like it's a state. No, isn't it?
No, that can't be their slogan. I don't know what it is.
I thought it is. The North remembers, or is that the Toronto Raptors?
Maybe I think it's probably more the North remembers than winter is coming. Because winter is coming stinks too. It's just so
I thought it was theirs, but I could be wrong. Game of Thrones fans, you do the deep dive and figure it out. The worst is the Tyrells. I think is growing with strength or something, or like always growing or something really stupid like that.
I can't get behind any like flower-based house or nicknames. Like Marc-Andre Fleury nicknamed the Flower. I get it. Fleury in French is flower or whatever the fuck. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. So the Tyrells, I'm out on the Tyrells. Marjorie, don't like it. I don't even like the old lady.
Yeah.
Less Tyrells, more that Latino family.
The Martells.
The Martells.
That Latino family from Westeros, Mexico.
They're clearly from the Brazil of Mexico.
Sure.
And whenever Oberyn gets his eyes popped out, his head
so goddamn
because he's
gross.
so fucking great. I love that actor. I loved his story. I wanted him to come in and triumph and just be super badass. He's going up against these insurmountable odds, but George R.R. Martin, not a fan of the hero's journey.
Not having it.
Those insurmountable odds are going to fuck you in the ass.
Yeah, somewhere along the line in the hero's journey, the hero trips down that hill and breaks his skull open and is eaten by ravens.
Darth Vader shoots down Luke's X-Wing, and George R.R. Martin is I
have you now. Boom.
Boom, roasted. Do you have any final words going into season 7?
Winter is coming? No? I don't have any words.
I'm excited about it now. This has got me primed up for it. I kind of want to go watch some episodes.
Well, you go watch some episodes, and you go watch some episodes, and tell us what the Starks' proper house theme is.
Their slogan?
Their slogan? Yeah.
It's not raise the Jolly Roger.
That's House Pirate.
We're probably going to do a lot more of these when Game of Thrones starts, because Matt doesn't watch Game of Thrones, so we can do whatever we want without Matt, and we get joy from it.
That's true.
So look for more Game of Thrones / Star Wars talk later on in the year. We'll see you later.
See ya.